Namaste. Welcome to Yoga Flow for flexible hips. Today's class is a great way to supporting your flexibility and mobility around your hip regions to achieve middle split as well as front split if that is in your goal. Overall, you're just feeling tight around your hip regions and that causes lower back. This routine is also a great way to support your well-being. Therefore, it's going to be a little bit beginner to advanced level class. So stay what you could do and enjoy this flow. Let's begin. Starting in Tandasana step pose. Let's begin with your legs straight forward. Heels pressing down and toes facing up. Begin with walking your hands a little further back. So you can lean back to get your legs straighter. Let's flexing your ankles, point, flex, and point. As you move your ankles like this, I need you to watch your toes and keep your toes nice and wide open as well. Normally, if your hips are tight, then your ankles, your feet are tight as well. So it's really important to work from the base. Go ahead, circle your ankles one direction. Very nice. And let's reverse. Flexing your feet deeply, begin to walking your hands a little bit close toward your side glutes. As you're pressing onto your fingertips as a kickstand, lifting up to your spine, drop the shoulders down. Now as you're extending your legs straight forward and flexing your ankles, maybe you can feel the back of your leg stretch. If this is too much and your back is rounding, keep your knees slightly bent so you can sit up tall. Now stay here, ankles together touch, toes facing up, and toes nice and wide open. If you could, plant the palms down to the ground. Chin down. Look at your toes. Tandasana step pose. Stay 3 breaths. 2 more. Steady breath. 1 more. Very nice. Let's walk in your palms back. Pull your knees up, pressing your feet down. Open your legs a little bit wider, about mat distance apart. Push your belly forward, chest forward. Breathe in. As you exhale, release your legs to the right side as you're flexing your ankles and looking over to your left shoulder. Other side. Continue to move side to side as you're looking over to the opposite shoulders. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your knees back to the center. As you legs straight forward, we're making our way to child pose in 2 ways. 1, you can lean to the side, swing your legs back into child pose, like this. If it's possible, you can cross your legs first and shifting forward and making your way to child pose. With your inner thighs wide open, big toes together, sinking deep into your hips and chest. Stay here in child pose, Balasana, 2 breaths. One more breath. Fingers wide open, let's slowly coming forward to table. Keep your knees together touch. If you're rushing into the movements, it's really hard to gain flexibility. So slow down with the movements and make sure you match the movements with your breath. On your next inhalation, drop your belly, chest forward and chin slightly forward. Exhalation, rounding from the tailbone, nice and slow. Push the ground with your feet, shins and your palms, chin to the chest. Opening up to your back of your body. Inhalation to cow spine. Belly release, chest push forward and chin forward and up. Exhalation, rounding one vertebra at a time. Move slow so you can match with your breath. Let's add in one last round. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. Coming back to neutral spine. As you tuck your toes under, heels together, walk your hands up to your thighs. Remember how the tight feet can be related to our tight hips. So begin to really massaging the bottoms of your feet. Make sure your heels are touching together. And if you could, rocking forward and back for deeper stretch to your feet. 3, 2, and 1. Let's lean forward, walking your hands forward back to table, pressing your feet down, and go ahead gently tap your tops of your feet down for 3, 2, and 1. Keep your inner thighs together, extending right leg straight back. Lengthening your spine, chin slightly forward. Breathe in. Exhalation, let's bring the knee to your chest. Stepping your right foot all the way forward. As you releasing your right foot forward, check your back hip is not in line with your knee. At least 1 inch forward. If it's possible, a little more forward and down. Hands on top of your front thigh, pressing your leg and lifting up to your chest forward. Breathe in. You may stop here if you have a little more space. Using your both hands to push your thigh forward, lifting up to your chest forward and up. If you could go further, gazing up toward to the sky. Stay 2 breaths. Very nice. Gazing straight ahead, extending arms up over your head. Big inhalation. Exhalation, let's lower your hands down to the ground and we carefully sending our hips back and feeling your right back of your right leg stretch. As you're coming into half split, walking your hands in line with your shoulders, please, and lifting up to your chest forward to flat back. Flexing your right ankle deeply and point fully. Flex and point. Watch your upper back is now rounding up. I need to lengthen through your chest. As you flexing your ankle, toes wide open again. Breathe in. Exhale, swing your left hand cross over to your right leg and walk a little bit toward to the right side and lower your head and neck down in between your arms. Stay 2 breaths. Beautiful. Undo your left hand. Let's rebend your front knee. Tuck your toes, lifting up to your back knee and pivot your back foot down. Swing your right hand inside of your right leg and sinking deep into your hips. So you may push your hips back with your left knee straight, right knee bend deeply. If this is manageable for your flexibility and mobility, you may turn your back toes facing up, sinking deep into your hips. If you can even free your hands, feel free to take your hands off of the ground. Pray your hands at your heart. Your right elbow is pushing into your right inner thigh. If this is manageable for you to take it a little bit further, look over to your left shoulder, open your arms out to T shape, and turning both shoulders internally rotating to wrapping your right hand around your shin and left hand behind your back to meet your fingertips together. Keep turning your chest and gazing up. Continue to flexing your left ankle, please. Stay wherever you can stay and breathe. From where you are, slowly move your body toward to the right leg. Turn your back heel up, releasing your back knee down, pressing your foot down, and making your way to downward facing dog. Downward dog is a great way to opening up to your hips because it helping our spine to elongating. You can go ahead, bend one leg at a time here. Great way to also stretching your feet. Push into the tops of your feet. Toes nice and wide open. Very nice. Stay still. Big full breath in. Big sigh. Set your knees down, pressing your feet down, and make your way to seated on your knees in Vajrasana. Great way to stretching your tops of your feet, ankles, and shins. If this is manageable for you, walk your fingers back as you slightly lean back, lifting right knee up. Take it down. Left knee up. And take it down. One knee at a time. 3, 2, and 1. Continue to working on wherever you could do. If you have a little more space to go further, lean forward please, and lifting both knees up as you pressing into the tops of your feet. And take your knees down. Twice more like this. If you could, go up a little bit higher. And all the way down. One last round. Very good. Together, walking your hands forward, tuck your toes under, rocking forward and back. Great job. Let's moving on to the other side. Pressing your both feet down, extending left leg straight back. Whenever you're lengthening your left leg, you're creating space to your left hip and your lower back. Breathe in. Exhale, pull the knee to your chest. Step the foot forward. And again, your front knee over your ankle and your back hip is slightly forward and down. Ready to come up? Hands on top of your thigh, pressing to rise up. In your low lunge, lower belly drawn in. So we are not overstretching your right hip flexor and psoas. Breathe in. If you can take it a little bit more, lifting up your breastbone up to the sky, maybe gazing up. Say 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Gazing straight ahead. Arms up over your head. Breathe in. Fingertips reach it up. Exhale. Lower your hands down for half split. How's the back of your left leg? Keep on feeling it. Once more. Bend your front knee. Inhale. Exhale. Half split. Flexing your ankle deeply, toes wide open. Hands in line with your shoulders for flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Once more, flat back, inhale, belly drawn in. As we exhale, swing your right hand to the outer side of your left leg. As you're walking a little bit further, release your head and neck down. Stay, breathe please. Beautiful. Swing your right hand back to the center. Rebend your front knee. Side lunge. Tuck your back toes. Knee up. As you pivot your back foot, we're walking toward to the right side. Keep sending your hips back as you lengthening your chest. Make sure again, right knee straight and keep engaging your right thigh muscles. If you have more space and balance, turn your right toes up, sink deep into your hips and inner thigh stretch. If you can balance, free your hands and pray your hands at your heart. Left inner thigh, hook to your inner thigh. Left arm is hooked to your left inner thigh, lifting up to your chest. Ready to take bind if you did. Opening up to your arms out to T shape. Turn your palms facing back. Your front hand is wrapping around to your shin. Your right hand goes toward to the back. If you could, from there, hook your fingers, chest push forward and up, looking over to your right shoulder. Breathe, please. If you have flat feet, chances maybe you are collapsing to your left inner arch right now. So I need you to make sure to pressing into your edge of your foot. Excellent. Slowly release and make your way to downward facing dog. Great job. Walk it out your legs. Move your hips side to side. Doing so good. Set your knees down back to table. Now we're going to getting a little deeper into split. So make sure you do you and stick to what you could. Pressing your feet down, extending right leg straight back. Breathe in. Bring the knee to your chest. We step the right foot forward again. Stay down low in runner's lunge like this. Chest push forward and chin forward. Keep your hips in line, please. Breathe in. As you exhale, lifting up to your back knee. Actively stretching your quadricep and actively engaging your hamstrings. And release. One more like this. Lifting up. And release. As you lifting up, you may lean slightly to the left side. Swing your right hand behind to catch your foot. You may stop being wherever that feels okay for you to breathe. If you have more space, pull your heel closer toward your glute. Stay. 3 breaths. Relax your jaw. We tend to clenching our jaw when we are working on hips because our hips and jaws are directly related. So learn to relax from your face. Learn to take deeper exhalations. Let's slowly release your foot. And chest push forward once more. Inhale. Exhale, starting with half split. Ardha Hanamunasana. So now here, we're taking a little bit to the next level, only if you're ready. So now here, half split, feeling pretty good with your hamstrings and overall. Then, rebend the front knee, tuck your back toes, back knee up, and scoop further back. Do that a couple of more times. Now with your front knee bend and back knee a little bit straighter, I need you to walking your hands in line with your shoulders. Good. Chest push forward, gazing straight ahead. Make sure your right knee stay in line with your toes, everything facing up to the sky, not tripping to the outer side. Only if you can manage to go further, extending your right leg. You may just hovering up a little bit, okay? If you have more space, lower all the way down. Make sure you're not sinking onto the right side, keeping both hips parallel facing forward. Only if you can take it a little bit more, maybe free your hands, pray your hands right at the center, gazing straight ahead. Engage your muscles, slightly squeezing into your muscles to protecting from overstretching. 3, 2, and 1. Slowly make your way back to half split if you're in full split. And swing your right leg back to Vajrasana, seated on your knees. Breathe in. Big sigh. Doing so good. Let's move on to the other side. Make your way back to table, extending left leg straight back. Knee to your chest. Step the foot forward. Stay down low again. Chest push forward and gazing forward. Breathe in. Exhale. Hips back. How's your hamstring feeling? Calf feeling? Overall to your lower back and spine. Rebend the front knee. Inhale. As you're stayed out low, lifting up to your back knee up. And release. 2 more. Up. Release. 1 more. Up. And release. Great job. Take it to the next level. Bend your knee. Belly in. Extending left hand behind your back toward to your foot. Even if they don't meet together today, that's okay. That's why this is called routine. You can do it daily to see the progress. If you can catch your foot, do so. If you could, pull your heel a little bit closer toward your glute. Stay. 3 breaths. Great job. Slowly release if you're holding onto your foot. Well done. Chest push forward, gazing forward. Breathe in. Time for split. Exhale, hips back. Half split is a great way for you to continue to progress. So not only your hamstrings, but I need you to feel the connection all the way to the crown of your head. And also your foot is stretching, so keep pulling up as you lengthen. You may enjoy being here, half split. If you have more space to go, bend the front knee, tuck the back toes, knee back, foot down. Notice how that feels. Now if you could, extend the front leg a little bit more. If you could, do your best to keep your hips square. If you have more space, lower all the way down. Make sure again you're not sinking down to the left hip. Both hips are square facing forward. Only if you can free your hands at your heart. Stay, breathe. We call it a monkey pose in yoga. Hanamunasana. 2. Keep your hips square. 1 more. Very nice. Slowly release. Make your way back to half split if you're in full split. And swing your leg back into Vajrasana, seated on your knees. Inner thighs together touch, hamstrings back to really tight. Not so tight, but back to really toned. So we are not leaving our muscles, just loosey-goosey. Breathe in. Breathe out. We're almost done. Make your way back to table. And I'm going to facing toward to you. So we are using the long side of our mat together. Extending left leg straight back. Swing it over to the side. Plant the foot down. Now from here, I need your body need to be in line with your hip. And your left foot arch is in line with your knee. Thumbs a little close together. Inhale. Slightly tilt into your pelvis. Chest forward and chin up. Exhale, rounding through your back. 1 more. Inhale, cow variation.
Exhale, cat variation. Very nice. Come back to neutral. From here, we're working on to inner thigh stretch, which will helping you to achieve middle split if that is in your goal. Tuck your toes, bottom toes under, lifting up to your knee up and open to the side, and release your foot down toward to the middle, so in line with your pubic bone. From here, I need you to shifting slightly forward, inhale, and as you exhale, lower your hips down toward to the heel, extending arms straight forward, and lower deeply down toward to the ground. Please make sure your kneecap is engaging, so not just let it relax, keep on pulling up toward to your thigh. Stay, 3 breaths. Very nice. Slowly walk yourself up, please. Bring your knee in line with your hip and bring your left knee back to Vajrasana. Hands on your hips, lifting up to your hips up. Squeeze your inner thighs and sit softly down. Ooh, nice pop from my knee. 3, up and down. 2, up. Squeeze toward to the middle and down. One last round, up. Doing good, and down. Great job. Moving on to the other side. Back to table, extending right leg straight back. Swing over to the side. Let's plant the foot down. And again, arch, stay in line with your knee. To begin, knee in line with your hip. Inhalation. Let's add in forearm stretch, shall we? So turning your fingers toward your legs for cow variation. Exhalation, rounding your back, chin to the chest. 2 more like this. Inhale. Exhale. 1 last round. Breathe in. Breathe out. Come back to neutral, fingers facing forward. Let's tuck your left toes under. Knee up and open to the side. And again, release your foot down in line with your pubic bone. Ready to shifting slightly forward. And now as you exhale, send your hips toward to your heel as you walking your hands forward, melting into your hips, belly, chest, and forehead down. We stay here until we find ourselves nice and ease into the pose. So about 3 to 5 breaths. Relax your tongue. Beautiful. Let's slowly walk up and bring your knee back in line with your hip and swing your leg back into Vajrasana. Well done. Hands back to your hips. Hips up and down. 2, up and down. 1 last round. Up and down. Great job. From here, I need you to come back to table and opening up both inner thighs as wide as you could. Ankles flex. Lower the ankles in line with your knees. Knees in line with your hips in frog pose. Walk your hands a little forward. And if you have space, lower your forearms down. As you're pressing onto your palms and forearms, push your hips slightly forward, chest forward, and chin up. We're not making the rounding the back. We keep our spine lengthened forward. And then from there, sink your hips back Extending arms forward and down. Frog pose, Mandukasana. This is such an intense stretch to your inner thighs, hips, which will helping with your lower back health. I need you to be patient as we are here for another 5 breaths. Relax your ankles. Let go of any unnecessary holding and tightening. Almost there. One more breath. As you keep your hips in line with your knees, your upper body with your torso walking toward to your left side. Feeling good, torturing to our body. Oops, no torturing. It's loving our body. Let's walk to the other side. Very nice. And let's walk back to the center. Belly drawn in and carefully lifting up your hips up. You can make any weird sound as possible. Ooh. Well done. And let's coming back to kneeling. Hands down back to your thighs. Close your eyes. Chin down. Just observing all the sensations that you created into your body, mind, and energy. Beautiful. Let's find our way to seated in any comfortable seated pose to finish. You can come to cross leg or kneeling, whatever feels good for you. Have a moment to keep your spine erect, shoulders relaxed, chin down. Take inhalation through your nose. Cleansing breath out through your mouth. Circle your arms up, blink your eyes open, gazing at your thumbs. Pray your hands slowly coming down to your forehead, lips, and down to your heart. Thanking to yourself for clicking on this video to opening up to your hips, and I hope that really opening up to possibility into whatever you're doing in your activities as well. Finish our practice with one chant of Om together. Inhale. Om. Have a joyful and beautiful rest of your day. Namaste.